All men are created equal, and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Here is no shadow of government authority over rights, nor exclusion of any from their full and equal enjoyment. Here is pronounced the right of all men, and consequently, as the Quaker preacher said, of all women, to a voice in the government. And here, in this very first paragraph of the Declaration, is the assertion of the natural right of all for the ballot. For, how can the consent of the governed be given if the right to vote be denied? It was we, the people, not we, the white male citizens, nor yet we, the male citizens, but we, the whole people, who formed this union. And we formed it not to give the blessings or liberty, but to secure them, not to the half of ourselves and the half of our posterity, but to the whole people, women as well as men. And it is downright mockery to talk to women of their enjoyment of the blessings of liberty while they are denied the use of the only means of securing them provided by this democratic Republican government, the ballot.
The right is ours. The question now is, how shall we get possession of what rightfully belongs to us? We should not feel so sorely grieved if no man who had not attained the full stature of a Webster, Clay, Van Buren, or Garrett Smith could claim the right of the elective franchise. But to have drunkards, idiots, horse-racing, rum-selling rowdies, ignorant foreigners, and silly boys fully recognized, while we ourselves are thrust out from all the rights that belong to citizens, it is too grossly insulting to the dignity of woman to be longer quietly submitted to.
In the beginning, man and woman were created equal. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. He gave dominion to both over the lower animals, but not to one over the other. Man or woman, he made not Lord such title to himself, reserving human left from human free. The cause of the subjection of woman to man was early ascribed to disobedience to the command of God. This would seem to show that she was then regarded as not occupying her true and rightful position in society.
That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over dishes and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helped me into a carriage or over a mud puddle or give me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me, look at my arm. I've plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could have heard me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man where I could get it, and bear the lashes as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children, and seen most all sold off to slavery, and when I cried out for my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman?
Throughout the ages, every attempt woman has made to strike off the shackles of slavery has been met with the argument that such an act would result in the downfall of her morality. Suffrage was going to break up the home, higher education would unfit her for motherhood, and coeducation would surely result in making her immoral. Even today, in some of the more backward countries, reading and writing is stoutly discouraged by the clerical powers because women may not read about things they should not know. We now know that there can never be a free humanity until woman is freed from ignorance, and we know, too, that woman can never call herself free until she is mistress of her own body. Just so long as man dictates and controls the standards of sex morality, just so long will man control the world.